Good morning, ladies. How are you? So, we've been rushing around trying to get online. I totally forgot. I was sitting in my pajamas, no makeup on, hair in a ponytail. And Jackie's like, "Are we going live?" And I said, "Oh, let's do it. Let's do it." So, a 5-minute makeup job, ladies, it can be done. You can put your hair back and put some glasses on. It
Ladies,
all looks
is she
good.
Wonder Woman or what? Like, look at her. Like, she looks like she's like prepped for hours, and she's like, "Oh, this is just how I woke up."
Yeah, oh my gosh, a lot of practice. So I'm just gonna take a second here, Jackie. So I
Yeah.
started wearing makeup like in seventh grade because my mom, my aunt, my grandmother all owned makeup stores, Merlin cosmetic stores.
Oh,
So I've had a lot of practice, and so 10-minute makeup job is it's all good. So,
I did not know that. That's amazing to know. I
yeah.
give you so much credit.
Yeah, so anyway, lots of practice there. But anyway, we're going to be talking with you and about this dare to rise. And ladies, I dared to rise to come online and make this all happen. Woo, we're making it happen. I love this topic, dare to rise. This really resonates with what we're doing here at Fave with stepping out, being brave, and it's everyday brave. And so I want to talk a little bit. So first of all, introduce yourself. Tell the ladies who you are. You've been a member of Fave here and inspired women for several years now, and you're such a joy. And I just always think of you as these little golden nuggets. Because whenever we
Aw,
talk, there's these little golden nuggets that I grab, and I just love it. So yeah, it's say hello to the ladies that are watching.
definitely. And it's just been such an honor to be in your world for the last few years. I was just talking about how we to somebody about how we connected, like, I don't know, over 3 years ago, like at some other virtual thing, and then we connected, and then I've just been in your fave group ever since. And so I'm Coach Jackie. I'm your freedom mentor. I am just so passionate about helping women be like, I'm the being coach. I help you stand in understanding how to just be you by awakening, empowering, and owning who you are unapologetically in this world. And I don't know, I every day I feel like that's happening for me. So it is a growth and evolution over a lifetime, and it's in groups like Fave that we get to have deep conversations and all that jazz. And I'm just excited to do this next event with you.
Yes, and I'm honored to be able to share your story because, as a lot of the ladies know, that is something that I have just really always taken to heart is to share the stories of women because we connect over those emotional experiences. But what I love, so I was went over to the description of the event Dare to Rise because I wanted to just kind of make sure I understand all the feelings of what it's going to all be about and Dare to Rise. So your portion of this, and I just love this. It says, "Remember when you were a fearless kid
Mm-hmm.
and thought you could do anything." Girls, do you remember what was it for you? What was that thing that I could do this. I remember being kind of like out on my bike and I'd have, pretend I was something and was just totally fearless as you're riding your bicycle. That's the feeling I want. What if we
Yeah.
could have that feeling as adults? Wouldn't that be something? So what comes to mind when about this, what you're going to be bringing to the table for your portion of the workshop? What's at the heart of that for you?
I was actually, I just did a mini post about this, and it's not just when we are kids, but there was something for me that even like my younger years, like I think about some of the things that I did fearlessly. Like, of course,
Yeah.
when I was a kid, I was like, I could make the best mud pies. I was the best choreographer. Like, I could like dance. And I had no problem. It didn't like, I didn't hide back, be like, what are they going to think? I was a little
Mhm.
shy, but when I got into a place that like, I like felt, like with people that I knew or my friends, we just let loose. And I really
Mhm.
love being a teacher too. Like, I'd set the whole room up with like
Oh.
paper, and I'd be leading the room in like some kind of activity. And so, or my stuffed animals would be my students, like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I was thinking about it, that I saw this picture of myself that was my awkward teen years. Gosh, God
Mm.
knows I had some very awkward appearance teen years. And but what I saw in the picture was this young lady who was willing to try anything. Like, I had my hands in the air, and I had people behind me like laughing, like, my friends were just, we were laughing, having a good time. It was a visit to DC, back in our like I think it was like 6th or 7th grade, and
Oh,
from Jersey to DC. Long story short, I always thought that that was like a lonely, awkward, but I was looking at the picture and I'm like, nah, like she was still brave enough to be herself and make people laugh and have fun and be kind and go for things like random trips. Like I remember saying, hey, we went to, there was a Paris trip that came up for the course, so I joined the course so I could go to Paris. Like there was, so, and I saved the money myself to do it because there wasn't a lot. I paid for my own college, so every semester, every summer, I was like, okay, how am I going to make money to make this work? I was thinking of all the things that I just dove into before the world and like things started to tell us differently, right? And
mm-hmm.
that's what I want to come back to. I want to awaken that woman, whatever years it were. Some women were telling me it's like in my 20s I was fearless. Some women tell me that like, it started to change in my 30s and all this stuff. So I want to bring women back to that place where we like before all of the shoulds and the
Mm-hmm.
I don't or whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
So
Jackie, I love this topic because I love going back to that feeling. And, I think we forget that sometimes because we just get so wrapped up in, the daily life or whatever. But you're bringing me back to a time when I was fearless. So, ladies, that's a question. When was a time you were fearless that you felt just like, I got this,
mhm.
And and you know what it was? I can think of several different times because I was really shy growing up. Well, people said I was shy. I was quiet. I wasn't necessarily shy.
Mhm.
And but I even like in, I think it was like third or fourth, it must have been like fourth or fifth grade. Even though I was really quiet, I ran for student council and I became like
Right.
treasurer of the school. I wasn't even good at math. I didn't even like math, but I wanted to do it. So I did it. And it's kind
Mhm.
of that when you just take that step and you don't get lost in all the thought or all the whatever the other stuff
Mhm.
and you just do it and you're just like, I wanted to do it, so I did it. That's
Yeah.
that for me, that's what that fearless feels like. And I see that in several different periods of life for me, even creating
Yeah.
Crave. This was I had to be fearless because I had never filmed, I had never run a business, I had never,
Mhm.
whether I'm good or bad or whatever, but I did it. I did it.
Mhm.
And in
I know,
that sense of accomplishment.
and I think like that's such a good point that I used to just talk about like the childhood years, right? Where we were just like we didn't know what we didn't know, so we just went for things and did
Yeah.
things. And then but I realized like there's so many points in life that we can reflect back on. They're like, man, I was courageous then. Man, I was brave there. Like I remember sophomore year of high school, and I was moving down to a new school, and I came from a school that was very like very storybook, like the popular kids, the football players sat there and the cheerleaders sat with them, and it was
No.
very like TV story kind of school. And I was just kind of like the whatever kid, and I kind of like I wasn't like popular, I wasn't like but I had friends. But then when I went to this new school, when we moved into my stepmom's house sophomore year, I remember going, they don't know me. For some reason, something clicked in my brain. They don't know me, so I can just come in here and be whoever I want to be. And I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
sure where that came from, right? But I remember thinking, I'm just going to talk to everybody. I'm going to be friendly. I'm going to be kind. And I'm going to like, and see what happens. Well, can I tell you that like, I became friends with like the whole school, like, and there was no like, there was no groups or popular. It was just, we had fun no matter where we were and who I was with. And I think that's the point where it changed like the way I am today. That brave girl going into
Mm.
sophomore year. And I got to tell you, I had a horrible haircut going in. I was like worried about it. Like that's a whole other story that like I thought I
Oh,
could get spiky hair, and curly hair doesn't spike, ladies. Let me just tell you. So
yeah. So, what is your hope when women step into this being fearless and, kind of awaken that piece, that playful piece, or whatever? What do you hope that they get out of that? What do you see for women when they kind of embrace that?
I hope that they can start to dream even more than they've ever knew they could dream. Like vision and dream what it is. Tap into that, but know that you can, like what you decide you want in your future, you get to decide today and choose that. and start to take actions from the woman who already has that. I we have these examples from the past, but here, let's be honest, we're completely different women than we were in our teens, 20s, 30s, 40s yesterday. We're completely different women than we were yesterday because we probably learned something crazy yesterday to today. And so really embracing who we are today, like acknowledging and celebrating all of those parts that we just talked about, and then going, what else is possible? Like I want them
Wow.
to know what else is possible moving forward, right? I mean, if we can do all this for the last 50, 60 years, like, gosh, can you imagine what we can do moving forward? It's crazy. It's so
Yeah.
cool. And I just want to broaden that and open it because I can't tell you how many clients or women have come to me that we have these like walls or blinders on because of like, I had one woman who she's like, I can't dream, Jackie, because she had a sick daughter that she went through for years, and she
Yeah.
shut down dreaming because she didn't know if tomorrow existed for her daughter. You know what I mean? And her daughter's beautiful now, wonderful, thriving. And but when you go through something like that, you shut down the things, like you shut down things that can't really, like I can't look to the future.
Yeah.
And she's learned that she can, even though like even if she goes through hard times, she can have both. We get to have the challenges and the excitement and the peace amongst the chaos and all that.
Wow. Wow. And I can totally relate. So we still need our relatable buttons.
Yeah.
Because we go through, so I think especially when you hit your 50s, nobody told us that we were going to go through so much stuff. I think more
Mm-hmm.
women go through more major life transitions during that time because our kids are growing up, we're in a new season as women, going through menopause. Life is
Our
changing,
parents.
and our parents, and there's just so many big things that we go through that people talk about, but to be able to step in.
My dog is excited. Sorry.
But to step into that duality of life, we talk about that a lot at Fave because we do have a lot of life that happens. So how do we still create that joy, that bring that fearlessness, that playfulness of ourselves, and bring that to light and share that with the world? It's a challenge, and so that's what I love about this particular topic of Dare to Rise, is that we can bring those pieces together and we can step into that. That's what I see of it. And just really, because we've got all those challenges, let's go over here. Let's go over to this side for a while and see how we can make it work. How can we take those actions, like you said, from that awakened place of,
Mm-hmm.
I'll call it joy. Or that fearlessness, or what's that next brave step, however that relates to you. I think it's just a really great topic. So what else would you like to share with the ladies about coming to Dare to Rise? What's some other key fun things about it?
So Dare to Rise, like it's so funny how Jen and I, when we first talked, we realized that like what each of us wanted to cover, like perfectly aligned. And so I'm here to kind of really just awaken and like pull like that woman who's dying to come out and play inside, wake her up, remind her how amazing she is, and get her out and thinking. And then Jen's gonna really help. Gen V, I have to remember there's two Jens. Gen
Yeah.
V is gonna help like, so like what kind of impact in the world are you meant to like make in the world, and she's going to help you see that piece. And then Gen B is like, okay, now like let's receive some wealth and abundance because of that. Like we get to have money in the hands, like massive wealth in the hands of women.
We are
so
worthy. We are worthy
of absolutely, like and all that jazz. And so piecing those three together, like you will, if anything, you will be energized out the yin yang to make moves. But what's cool is the VIP program of it. It's only like $22 more. The VIP side of it, we've included a post coaching session and a post session you get with someone. And what I love about that, it's like we don't just be like, here you go, get excited and leave. Like we're giving you actionable steps in the event for you to take, actionable things that you can do on a regular basis moving forward. And we're going to have meetings afterwards that will help support you in that. So we are just super duper excited. And it was funny when we met, we were like, we would love to have somebody kind of MC or like interview us. And I was like, right, Karen Ray, the expert of it all. Thank you for saying yes.
Yes, it's an honor. And I've really been enjoying learning more in depth about your story. And I love pulling out those pieces and those, and to see what really makes you tick and makes you want to show up, and how you can inspire other women. So there was all these little lovely little golden nuggets that you said earlier. I'm going to pull some of those out as I go back. Oh, and so Jen says, we're only a week away and would love to have you join us. Yes,
Yeah.
ladies. We will, in fact, maybe Jen, since you're there, could you maybe put the link in the chat? That would be beautiful, so the ladies know how to sign up. And Jackie, just bringing women together. Thank you for taking your time, your energy. And one of the things that I love that you said too was that, okay, the girls come to the workshop. And a lot of people have summits and workshops, but what happens afterwards? You got to take, they're only this part of that's only this part of their story. They got to put it into action, and they need that, you need to have those pieces to get through the entire story. So this is a story. So what is your story of fearlessness going to be? How are you going to first awaken? And then, you have all these other pieces, the action and all the goodness and the strategy and the heart and all the pieces put together, but it's a whole picture. And so you got to watch the whole thing. And oh my goodness. So what would you like to leave the ladies with as we close out?
I want to, there's so many opportunities for people to like join things and do things out there. And so I get it. It's like, there's an abundance of wealth of information and inspiration. But the difference I feel like with ours is that there's going to be an impact, not just inspired. You won't be just inspired, you'll be impacted for change after this event. So come experience it. It's a no-brainer investment. And the recording, you'll get the recording through VIP as well. But we're not here just to be like, rah, 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 you can do it. It's like, we're here to teach you and show you and impact you to move forward, because we don't want to play games.
Yeah. There's no time to waste, girlfriends. We got to step out there. And this is what I love, is that here at Fave, we talk about showing up. Your presence not only matters, it is worth celebrating, because as you show up, you inspire somebody else to do the same. And Jackie, thank you for showing up today and reminding me to show up.
Girl, it's all good. We have so much going on in our lives, and that's what it takes. It takes a community, and it takes sisters to remind each other that what's going on. So we got
yes. It's all good. And oh my goodness, so many good things, ladies. I just want to encourage you to just come and join us and have some fun. We'll have a good time, and we'll learn things, and we'll be inspired. And like you said, be impacted for change. So ladies, make it a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Much love all. Bye.